It's Groundhog Day. Again. Why do we even fucking bother? I've lost all hope, and this is going to be total cynicism throughout this video. As you can imagine, you know, I'd already bought me Mbappe shirt during the summer, and I was already fully ready for Mourinho to be the wallpaper on my phone in front of the Newcastle United stand, with Sports Direct gone either side of it. But obviously that didn't happen, and now I don't think I will ever believe a takeover until it is actually done. None of the rumours, none of the this is getting sent out and he's going to respond in this many days. Bollocks. I'm waiting until I wake up and they're like, it's done, it's sold, Man City style. And let's think about what Mike Ashley said when he was asked about the BZG rumours, the Sheikhs taking over in the summer the other month. He said, the day someone buys Newcastle, they'll do their due diligence and finished. It will happen like Manchester City. By the time the media's found out, it's already complete. There's no need for a delay with Newcastle. It's honestly a very well-run football club. So just sack this case off now then. None of this, oh, he's got 10 days to respond and the fucking Argos brochure has been sent out and the Thomas Cook catalogues are on the way. None of that matters, because it's just a load of shit. I cannot believe it. I cannot get my hopes up for it. It's the hope that kills you. I cannot possibly just believe anything of this. And the worrying thing is that it's Peter Kenyon trying to go around fucking Orlando, Florida, Disneyland, Universal Studios, looking for people who've got a spare fucking $50, spare buck to chuck in. For me, it's not looking pretty, even if he does take over, because how they even got sufficient money. It was the same thing with Stavely. Like, she was going to take over, find someone, and they're probably going to be on the Ashley budget anyway. This group that's linked with the takeover own Bordeaux, and they spent their first summer window, they were spending players for, only saying players less than £5 million, a few of them, and investing in young players. One of them scored a worldie the other day, fair enough, but do you know what I mean? What I'm getting at here, it's still going to be the Ashley business model. It's not like what we're hoping with the Sheikhs. We're going to come in and sign, obviously not in Mbappe, but decent players, you know, high transfer budgets, and more than fucking one of them, not just Joe Linton, yeah, from the Perez money before anyone fucking says that shite now. So with this one, with a consortium fishing around for money and sending out fancy catalogues with what we could be and we could do this, it's just a load of shit, man, isn't it? But let's get into what's actually broke last night and read through some stuff. This 46-page brochure was sent about extensive details about Newcastle United as an investment opportunity. Yeah, the Chronicle here, I see they got theirs from Switzerland from an encrypted email. So, brochure was a fascinating read. Florida-based investment firm who owns SoccerX and the 14% stake in Bordeaux. The brochure claiming Newcastle United have lagged behind Premier League rivals. Well, they're fucking right on something, aren't they? The opportunity exists to create significant value from a materially undervalued brand. It really is now. We went down Spurs and we're seeing the amount of opportunity and how thriving the club shop was and all these tours, and you could just buy everything Spurs, like PS4 skins, just like fucking women's lingerie was Spurs stuff in the club shop, and I'm surprised actually hasn't got fucking everything under the sun. Spurs did, and it's just like little things like what they mentioned, like merchandise, like there's just not enough of it. That he could be rinsing a lot more, to be fair. Sponsorship. So, well, Ashley takes a lot, doesn't he? There's no fucking sponsorship boards left, because they're all fucking covered in sportsdirect.com. Corporate suit sales, they've actually dropped. The prices are pretty low now for corporate suit sales, but obviously no fucker wants them because the quality of football is shite. Here are the terms, the nitty gritty, apparently, which, for me, right, the one thing, the positive to take out of this is that you could see it happening because they're offering 125 million down payment straight up. Mike Ashley can take 125 million. That's something that BZG weren't going to do. I think theirs was 100 million or even less. It was just staggered. This one's 125 million up, and then 175 million over 3 years. You can see him getting on board with that. And the other thing is, Peter Kenyon's his pal. Peter Kenyon, it's on here that they'll agree to 3 years worth of Sports Direct boards staying up around the ground, which BZG wouldn't accept. And is there a club shop thing in there as well? There's not, the detail's not in there, but that's what fell through with the Sheikhs. Ashley wanted to remain full control of the club shop. Shirt sales all going to him. That's crazy. That should never be allowed. If that happens, it's outrageous. These are the kind of fine deals that Ashley's looking for. So you can have a big down payment, 125 million, continue to get 175 million over 3 years, and then obviously continue to make money off shirt sales in the club shop. You'd be laughing his tits off if that's the case. They say that they want to make Newcastle a top 10 club and predict Europa qualification by 2023. To be fair, you look at Wolves. They've just came up a couple of years ago. Now they're in Europe. It's not going well for them. Obviously, Europa League curse, but Europe within what 4 or 5 years, easily done. You can say how Burnley did it. You just need a good season, but you need a bit of investment. Now look at Wolves. Got a decent manager, signed some decent players, play some decent football. Oh, what do you know? Finish in the top 8. European will come. Like, it's not. If they were seeing Champions League there within 3-4 years, then you'd go, you've lost the fucking plot. But well, Leicester, 1 in a million. But in how the state of the top 4 now at the minute, to be fair, Tottenham, Arsenal, Man U, Chelsea, they're all out of the shot, aren't they? But that's still not realistic. But to finish in the top 6, top 7 definitely is within 3-4 years if you have the correct investment with a decent manager. The brochure closes Friday, September 27th as the anticipated closing date of the acquisition, but Newcastle on close to being sold. While the Daily Mail tonight reports the funding has been secured and might actually respond in 10 days. Why do you need 10 days? You know what the crack is. It's just going back to what I said at the start, where Ashley said he would never. It'll just be done like that, and that's it. None of this. Oh, I'll have a think. 10 days. I'll go on holiday. Have a think with it. Get out of London so people aren't shouting at us on the street. Maybe that's it. Need to buy that bloke a pint if Ashley sells. Big Hugs on Instagram. Get you a pint, mate, if he sells, because it's all came out now. Getting harassed in the street, empty seats, results are shit, fans are fed up. It's fucking takeover talk, takeover time. Roll the fucking script. Bollocks, man. I'm not fucking believing it. This was embarrassing. The brochure has some glaring inaccuracies too. The Newcastle are in charge by unparalleled successful European manager in Steve Bruce. He's had 2 games in European qualification. He's entire 900 plus games in charge. So it looks like they just copy and pasted Bruce's name there, cut Rafa Benitez, pasted Steve Bruce. Mental. But that's pretty much the gist of it, and that's my thoughts on it. Just total cynicism. I just can't get my hopes up for it. I can't believe in it because we're seeing major people reporting it. Obviously, Craig Cope, Daily Mirror, Keith Downey, Sky Sports. It's everywhere now. Chronicle obviously all over it. But there always will be. This time in May, it was a done deal, wasn't it? The Sheikh's taking over. It was meant to be next week in May, and then look at how that ended. For a fact that there is an offer there, Ashley will just keep pushing it until he can take the piss no longer. He'll just keep on doing, like what he said, what's 10 million to a billionaire? With it happened with the Sheikhs in the summer where it was from 300 to 320, he got offered about 325 and he asked for 340. And what's 10, 15 million to a billionaire? Just that's what he'll always do because he knows how profitable Newcastle is. He knows it's a money making machine. He's going nowhere, man. Unless he literally has just thought, do you know what it is? The time has came where I'm absolutely sick of the things in the press. It's not even just people in the street. It's when he goes on Sky News and it's about business. They always resort back to his football, and he always says I'm branded as a pantomime villain. You're just a fucking villain, mate. There's no pantomime about it. You're turning us into the fucking pantomime. You're just a fucking plain old villain, you horrible cunt. Not to do with football or pantomime. But let's just I just thought, I can't be arsed in the press anymore. I'll take the money and run. Now's a good time to do it. I can still keep the advertising boards. Maybe you can still get a bit of merchandise, the club shop, whatever. We'll wait and see. But for me, at the minute, I just can't get my hopes up over a takeover at all. Let us know in the comments below what you think about this rumoured takeover. Will it happen? Is it another smoke screen? Subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV. Have a nice weekend, everyone. Enjoy yourself. Hopefully 3 points on Sunday, but I don't know.